Today we're back here at the Alton Towers Resort for the first time in 5 weeks to bring you all the latest updates regarding Nemesis.
There has been so many changes since last time we was here, so much more track, supports. We'll be sure to show this all in this video.
Oh, there's loads of updates to bring you all, and of course we've had an absolutely amazing time over in the USA. However, in the back of my mind I've always been thinking, what's going on with Nemesis construction? What have they been doing? And they've certainly been very busy these past 5 weeks, haven't they?
They have done so much since last time we was here.
Perfect weather for it today as well. The sun is shining. I brought the camera with the big zoom today. Right, Sean's big zooms out so we can get some good shots looking at all of the latest updates. Along with that, when we was driving in, we noticed that a lot more track and supports have also been delivered these past few days, so we'll take a look at that. And of course, firstly, we'll head up onto the observation platform to have a look at all the track and supports that have gone into place since we was last here at Alton Towers. Making our way up then onto the viewing platform, and I tell you what, 6 weeks after it opened again, Subterra is still getting big waits. 60-minute advertised wait this afternoon for Nemesis Subterra. And here we go, this is our first reaction you're going to get to all the track that's gone in. We're walking up down here to see it for the first time. We've seen a lot of pictures whilst we've been away, but nothing like seeing it in person, is there? Look at this. Oh wow. So much has happened whilst we've been away, hasn't it? Look at this. Give you a good zoom in, looking towards it all. Of course, we get lots of different angles, and yeah, I thought I'll bring the zoom so we can get some great shots today for you all. Look at this. Yeah, that's the huge stall turn that's gone into place at the top just there. Lots of scaffolding now on the station for work to start on the theming there. And of course, this big overbank has also gone into place down here as well. Wow, look at that.
We are the Phalanx, delivering strength in control.
I tell you what, I am a huge fan of the new colour scheme for Nemesis. I do think it looks absolutely fantastic. I mean, look at it with the sun shining down on it too. Here's another zoom in, up towards that stall turn that's gone into place.
Lab 9005901130003. Scientific testing is in progress at this site.
And there you can see how the vein blood pattern actually changes throughout the layout of Nemesis. And yeah, if we zoom down to the bottom just here, you can see kind of how the pattern on some places is visible, in other places it isn't. It's like one continuous vein that wraps around the track, meaning that from some angles it looks like they haven't actually painted it on there, even though they have. You can't tell as much from up here, and obviously this observation platform we can presume is going to be coming out ready for next season, so you're never going to really see Nemesis from this angle. However, from down the ground you can see kind of how the vein wraps around, which is quite interesting. So yeah, we'll show you some more angles of that in just a second. But also worth pointing out, scaffolding has started to go up on the lift hill now. I presume that's for the painting of that. So obviously the lift hill isn't being replaced, it doesn't need to be. That hadn't come to the end of its life, so yeah, I reckon that's going to be painted black, and we'll see the vein type paintwork added up there. But yeah, that was pressure washed a couple of months ago, and yeah, the scaffolding's up there now in place. Somewhere else where the scaffolding is also here on the Nemesis creature itself. On the station building, we're starting to see scaffolding, as you can see off to the right hand side here. And yeah, again, we can just presume, all speculation at the moment, but we're going to see a lot of changes made to the theming around the area, lots of updates to kind of fit with the colour scheme changes and overall look and appearance of Nemesis. Yeah, because obviously the station now looks quite tired compared to the new tracking supports that have obviously gone into place. But yeah, I'm really impressed with what they've done with all of that. Of course, we're still waiting on the zero-G roll above the station to go into place. You got the helix down here at the bottom, that's not gone in yet. And of course, the first inversion, the corkscrew,
On behalf of the Phalanx,
will come down right here.
we welcome visitors to the Nemesis observation platform.
And just going back to the station design again, obviously before you had some fake B&M track coming out of the sides just here. You can see how they've took those out. It'd be interesting to see if they bring those back or refurbish them or do something different with the arms and legs of the monster itself. Yeah, really great to come and see this again, and obviously look forward to bringing you even more updates as this progresses. And also I'm looking forward to seeing the time lapse that Alton Towers has set up. You can see a time lapse camera just on the top here. So I'm sure they'll release that footage
For
after
your
the work's
own
been done.
safety, please obey all instructions.
What are you thinking then, Charlotte?
This is looking absolutely fantastic. I just love the track colour. It's so different to what it used to be, but it works so well. I can't wait to see it complete.
It's so different to any other B&M coaster.
It is, but it looks fantastic.
Any other coaster, like having that detailing on there, they just really need to make sure they're looking after it. I really hope they do. But here's another angle just off to the right of the observation platform, and yeah, from here we can see how that scaffolding has gone into place over on the lift hill there. That's literally happened the past couple of days, I believe. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing the paint work on there. It's going to be more difficult for them to get that effect on the lift hill, but yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing it all, how it comes together. But yeah, we're going to head down and get some angles a bit closer now. Yeah, fantastic from up here on the observation platform. I do really like how they put this in, and I'm glad that it stayed free of charge as well, because there was rumours at the start of the year, so I'm so glad they didn't charge for it. Oh, I am missing riding Nemesis this year, but it's still nice to hear the iconic soundtrack just up here too. That's one thing that I hope doesn't change, the soundtrack. It's just too iconic, isn't it? Making our way then down to have a closer look at the Nemesis construction. And of course, we'll be ending the update over on the car parks, and yeah, showing you all the track that's been delivered. Loads more track and supports out there. Squadron Supplies, still open just off to the right. The shop that you can't actually go in and have a close look at, but you can view from a distance. Yeah, they don't allow you to actually go inside there. And yeah, of course, you've still got the Nemesis sign up here. Hopefully this will get refurbished, I'm sure it will do. I'm sure we'll see the logo updated. That's something to start thinking about, isn't it? The branding for Nemesis. Obviously a lot of rumours that the attraction's going to be called Nemesis Reborn, so we'll see what happens with that. And of course updating the logo. At the moment all the old logo still down there at the entrance. I'd like to see the very old logo come back, you know, the original. Should be fantastic. But yeah, from here we get a great view looking over at the lift hill. And yeah, this will be our best spot to get shots of that as the repainting happens. I'd be really interested just to see them doing that, you know, and how they're going to paint it. That's presuming as well that they are going to paint it with the pattern on there. I mean, obviously it's definitely going to be black, and hopefully they will do the vein pattern, but you never know, nothing's guaranteed. I'm sure they will do that. It'd look a bit odd if they didn't do that. Yeah, lots of activity happening today as well, as we can see. And yeah, here's a look at that track that's gone into place just here on the overbank. I'll get a better angle of that for you in just a second. And yeah, as you can see, the scaffolding is literally going into place today. And yeah, I'd imagine that's going all the way up to the top of the lift hill, ready for them to start painting there. And that's the great thing with this path being open still down here. Got these little peepholes, they're actually the gates, but still you can look in. Yeah, no changes here to the foundation since last time we were here by the looks of it. Yeah, of course this is where the downward helix is, and also where an extra support is going to be going into place, because yeah, this is the most stressful part of the track just here. Not stress as in whoof, stress as in on the actual track itself, you know, at this point. And yeah, there we go, as a look over at the lift hill again with the scaffolding that's literally going into place today. And the veins there on the new track, and all that of course has gone into place since last time we were here. Made huge progress. And just a little bit further round to the right hand side now. Still no further updates in terms of signage on the outside of the site. However, I'm expecting things to really ramp up either when the track's finished or at the end of the season, possibly throughout Scarefest, maybe roaming performers round here, Phalanx again.
That would be really good to see, like proper building the hype now that the track will be done at that sort of point.
Yeah, and of course it'll be a year on from when the ride closed when it comes to fireworks as well, won't it?
It will be. That was a great evening.
It was?
I loved it.
And it's coming round, Charlotte.
Yeah, it's coming round so fast.
You know, we're nearly the middle of July already.
I can't believe it.
Yeah, it's nearly been closed for a year, which is crazy really, but we followed this whole kind of project since the start. Let's have a little look through this hole now, so we're going to get some great angles looking at the station. All right then, here's our best look at the overband that's gone into place. Of course, this comes shortly after the loop, and yeah, you go through the tunnel and do this big overbank before heading down into the final inversion on Nemesis. And yeah, look at that, has gone into place. One of the most iconic views, because obviously soon we're going to see the first inversion, the corkscrew, just off to the left-hand side there as well. And I'd always say that's the most iconic inversion on Nemesis, so I am looking forward to seeing that go into place. And yeah, I don't think it'll be too far off, to be honest, based on how much progress they've been making. And yeah, we can get a really good zoom in looking at the vanes just from here as well. Of course, we saw it very close when it was on the car park, but now it's installed just here. Something you may also have noticed is how the vane actually spans round. So it looks like it stops just there. This is what I was talking about a few minutes ago when we were on the top, on the platform. But you can kind of see how it stops, but actually it doesn't. It just wraps round and goes around the other side there. So I'm not a huge fan of that. I mean, I do love the pattern and I really like the track and support colour. But yeah, from this angle, it kind of looks like it just stops. It really wanted to be a little bit further down just here. I mean, you can see on the bottom there how it wraps around to the other side, but yeah, I think they kind of misjudged that one in terms of, you know, it should have been at least on another few sections there and maybe even twizzled round onto the other side when the coaster is not visible as it goes into one of the tunnels maybe. Yeah, because from this angle it just looks a little bit off, that does. Of course they've got plenty of time to maybe change that. I mean, they're going to be painting the lift hill anyway and painting that vane effect. I'd actually like to see them just kind of rectify that and add it on this side too. Obviously it's going to look good from the other side, but this is the main kind of Nemesis viewpoint. A big part of this ride are all the viewing locations around it, walking under the structure, and yeah, this is like the iconic shot, so I do think it wants the vane effect putting over to the right a little bit more there too. And yeah, looking at the station from this angle as well, no further changes to be seen just here. In fact, you've got some weeds growing out just down there, but I'm sure they'll be gone soon as the work continues on the station itself. Yeah, only really scaffolding on the right hand side at the moment, but I'm sure that's really going to pick up in the next few weeks. Looks like we've got Merlin Magic making down there as well, doing some pointing up towards the station. Does that mean we're going to see some bigger changes? I think it does. I mean, it looks like they're pointing up at the eye just there. I mean, you look at the eye, obviously it's permanently open, but how cool would it be if they could maybe animate that, if it was blinking or something like that with a sound effect playing and the eyes would blink? I mean, how cool would that be? It looks like they're kind of pointing up in that direction, so I think we're going to see some pretty big changes to the monster itself, Nemesis. And even further round to the right now as we continue on with this mega Nemesis construction update. Here's our best view looking over at that work on the station. Look at this, literally ripping the poor girl apart up there. But no, it's got to be done, of course, for it to look better at the end. So yeah, if we zoom in just here, you can see all that scaffolding. And yeah, a lot of kind of fiberglass work I'd imagine to be done. I mean, you zoom in, it's in a poor condition and it has been for many years. We're looking at years of neglect here with the station building, which is such a shame. However, I'm glad that they're doing this work on there now, and yeah, all the scaffolding going in. Quite a few years ago when they did that Nemesis track repaint, and they did actually repaint the station, but they didn't really do any long-term repairs on there. So hopefully that's what's being done now. I'd imagine it is. Hence why we've seen them big arms come out. Obviously that's where the fake track was coming out of. You can kind of see all the foam just up there. Yeah, a lot of work to be done on the station itself. And yeah, that seems to be where the focus is moving now too, with all this scaffolding. Yeah, you can see some old bits down there as well that have been removed. We zoom in just over there. And just another angle from here for you. Obviously the exit bridge is still not being put back in yet either. I'm sure that will be again soon because yeah, the track work's actually complete underneath there now. And yeah, if we look just up here, you can see how more of that theming has been taken off there too. So yeah, major repair works going on with the station. I'd imagine some colour changes and other enhancements being made too during that process. And yeah, at some point I'm sure we're going to see the whole station covered in scaffolding, and that work will probably take place before they actually put the zero-G roll in, because you've got to think that will restrict access up there when the zero-G roll goes into place. It could be done after, but it'd be a lot easier for them if that is done before that track goes in, because obviously that goes directly over the station itself. And just here in the coffee lounge now, and we're going to zoom in not just to the station area but also at the lift hill from here as well. Always one of my favourite angles of the lift hill for Nemesis from here, just how it goes up into the trees. And yeah, you can see how the scaffolding's going into place up there at the top as well. And it is great how none of the trees have had to be removed for this project too. Not affected the greenery and foliage around the ride, which is not just great for the environment but also the overall look and appearance of the ride. And yeah, when we see the drop go into place down towards the first corkscrew, we'll also get a great angle of that from here too. Well, there we go, loads of updates there across the Nemesis construction site. And I can't believe how much has been done in the past 5 weeks.
I know, so much has happened, but it's so great to see and follow this project.
It really is. I'm loving all the different angles, not just from the observation platform, but also through the holes in the gates as well. Lots to see, and of course, lots more updates coming up throughout the rest of this project. Anyway, we're making our way now over onto the car parks, have a look at the latest track and supports delivery. And worth pointing out, they've now moved it up onto the main car park instead of the compound, the delivery area being down here on G and H. They've moved it up to the top, and I'd imagine that's because a lot of the track now isn't going to be coming in through this way next to the roller coaster restaurant. It's probably going to be coming in through the top end of the site. So yeah, last time we were here, all this was fenced off and the Nemesis track was stored here. But yeah, now it's up this way. Let's go and take a look. Right then, so here we are up on the main car park, and there's been a huge amount of deliveries here to Alton Towers over the past couple of weeks. Yeah, you can see the trailers over there with some more track and supports in place. And also, if we move over here to the right hand side, you can see loads over here too. Let's go have a closer look at all these track sections, because look at this. Huge area blocked off at the top. And of course, that's because of the easier access into the site for these sections of track that have all arrived here. And yeah, let's see if we can work out for which parts of the coast are the for. And yeah, with how much of the area is blocked off, I'd imagine we could be seeing even more deliveries here too. Yeah, look at these sections over here. Massive supports here too. You really can appreciate the size and scale of them when you look at the wheels just down there on the truck. Look at this just here. Definitely looks like parts of the loop for me just here. The vertical loop, look at that. And yeah, the veins really span all the way down. Yeah, look at that. They're probably the most detailed out of all of them, that, isn't it, from there?
Definitely.
Yeah, that looks fantastic. We'll get a closer look just around here. And of course, if you come into Alton Towers, you can just come and park right next door to the new Nemesis. There we go. Fantastic. Yeah, look at them. All that vein effect. It does look awesome. Yeah, these big sections here. Fantastic. If we move a little bit further down this way, we can see some more sections of what looks to be the loop. Wow. Fantastic. I do love all this detailing that they've done on here. Like I said, I think in some areas it needed to span round a little bit more in some places. But yeah, in general, this looks fantastic. Piece number 34 just over there, as we can see on the side. Some more supports and track round here too. Massive sections. Wow, look at this. There's more here than I thought, actually. Yeah, when you come all the way around here, you realise, and that's the thing with it being on the car park, I don't think we're going to be seeing it here for that long, you know, because we're in summer now. They're going to want that parking space, aren't they, really?
Get it in as quick as they can.
Yeah, I reckon so. Yeah, fantastic. I love just seeing these two pieces here parked next to each other right by the tree, just over there. More round on this side. Look at this. It's quite hard to tell what some of the sections are for. That definitely looks like the loop to me over there, but here we go. Fantastic. Could we be looking at these first sections maybe kind of coming down the drop actually after the lift hill, possibly. Potentially for the 0G roll over the station, maybe down here. Again, it's quite hard to see, but yes, definitely. When we look at this here.
Oh yeah.
There we go. Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see, like I say, if the 0G actually goes in place before they cover the whole monster in scaffolding, because obviously it looks like work is being done on the station now, but it'd be easy to do that surely before they put the track in. But obviously it all depends, you know, because that'll be Merlin Magic Making that are working on the monster, I'd imagine, and then obviously you've got the contractors in actually putting the track and supports into place just there. Yeah, there's quite a bit of room they've got blocked off here, which to me suggests we could be seeing more deliveries imminently. Yeah, this is all literally at the exit barriers. It's like teasing people, come back next year and ride Nemesis Reborn. Yeah, fantastic. With the track just over there. Another piece. Again, quite hard to tell what sections they're for. Those supports definitely look like they're for the loop area to me when you look at the size and shape of those just there. Fantastic. And yeah, that's all the pieces over here. Some more supports over on that side, and yeah, we're going to have a look what's on that truck just over there, and also one final look at the site from up at this side as well. And we're over here on the other side of the car park now, and yeah, you can see another track section just in place there. Some more supports over here too, and yeah, we'll have another little look at the construction site from up here too. Good timing, I think, as well, looking at the clouds coming over. All these supports just over here. Another section of track just over there. That's just on the floor by the looks of it. Go and have a look at that in a second. Look at all this, like amazing. What a structure. Just to see all this here at Alton Towers and just watch Nemesis be rebuilt. Like, amazing, absolutely amazing. And of course, yeah, this is where a lot of this tracking support is going to be coming through this big gate just here, and that's mainly because the loop itself you can normally see actually here when it's installed, so we'll get to see that. I mean, how amazing would it be to be here probably the night when that gets lifted in?
That'd be so good to see.
It would be awesome. Obviously it all depends, we might be able to catch it, we might not, but you've got a few sections over here. I think they could have put them in a bit of a better place really. They're literally just in the bushes just over here, but still they have got the plates on the side, so they're not kind of scraping on the floor or anything, but maybe these are the next sections to go in, hence why they're literally right over here. Yeah, possibly some more sections for the loop, some more supports just over there too. Yeah, fascinating to see, really is. And we can zoom in and see that other section just over at the back there. Yeah, it's hard to see how many supports are there. I can see at least 3, but there could potentially be more of those in place just down there. Fantastic. And yeah, this is where the access will be, of course, down into the site. There we go. Lots of Nemesis updates. Fantastic to come and see it again. And there we go, that's all the latest Nemesis construction here from Alton Towers as of Wednesday, the 5th of July, 2023. So much has happened, lots going on to see, and yeah, all that progress, which is brilliant, it really is. A very exciting project.
Oh, I'm so excited for Nemesis to reopen. It's just such an exciting time, and to see it being built up again is great.
Yeah, it is fantastic. Obviously, when this ride was being built in 1993, that was my birth year, you know. I don't remember seeing Nemesis until the late 90s when I was growing up. So I wasn't even born. Yeah, it's one of them, isn't it? It's so nice just to follow this project and see it all. And yeah, of course, over the past 5 weeks, loads has been done. But yeah, we've got lots more updates coming up here on Theme Park Worldwide. The iconic parts of the ride still haven't gone in yet, such as the loop. And we've seen it up there on the car park. That's going to be going in within a matter of weeks, surely.
Oh, it's just so exciting to see that. Hopefully we get to see it in person, but we never know.
It'll be amazing. I mean, we're only 10 minutes away. If we find out that's going in or it looks like it, we'll be straight up to come and cover it. And of course, along with that as well, the first corkscrew, probably the most iconic inversion on the ride there, just because of its position and how it looks. But overall, lots of progress. The team seems to be making really good time with it all as well. Bear in mind, we're in the middle of July. I'd say probably 65-70% of the track's now in place. Really good to see. Lots of progress, of course, ahead of the ride opening, probably in March 2024. Obviously, they haven't confirmed that yet, but they're definitely aiming, we believe, for the start of next season, which will be fantastic. Just to hear a B&M roaring around that part of the valley again, that's not Galactica. Really excited for that. But thanks for joining us here on Theme Park Worldwide. Lots more updates coming up. Of course, we're here back in the UK. We've got some more UK bits coming up this week, and then we're off on another trip next week. So stay tuned for that video. It'll be coming up in the next few days for you all as well. But from the Alton Towers Resorts, that leaves us with one final thing to say. Get out there and keep on riding. See you in tomorrow's video.